Hello, and this is uh, an overview of week 11. Sorry, I get distracted by myself in the screen. Not used to looking at myself, but I figured it's always good to see a friendly face. At least I hope I'm friendly, and at least remember that we're all in this together in this crazy thing that's going on. So I'll get rid of my low budget camera and we will move on to talking about what we're doing in week 11, kind of get a bigger picture for the rest of the semester. So I have to apologize, I did not update the course schedule. I thought I had, but instead I just made everything in here. So week 11, which is where we are today or tomorrow, we are getting down to where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. We are sharing our overview and sharing our review of literature. We're doing that in our group discussion boards. I'm also asking you to submit it in here so I can take a look at it. I'll make sure I do that for the rest of week 12 and 13. We're slowly putting together parts of our larger paper. So for this week, you're posting your overview by Wednesday, and then your review of literature by Friday. In addition, you're going to be going to turn it in Friday night, so I can take a look at it and give you some comments. Then you're going to go into your groups page, and it doesn't matter which large group. You got some large groups. I'm not asking you to respond to everybody, but 5 of them. And so our discussion boards for the overview are that you will submit. You're going to copy and paste. That's the important part because it's going to be easier. You do not upload an attachment because then people have to download, and that's just really annoying. By Wednesday, April 1st, and it's not April Fool's. Sorry. You're going to go through, look at these things for your commenters or for your group mates. I'm sorry, you're going to provide comments. Does the overview provide clear focus of the paper? Does it explain the context and main reason for writing the paper? Does the overview mention the main arguments? And does the overview build up to a conclusion or call to action? What do you think? Would you be interested in reading this type of paper? What do you think's missing? What other comments do you have? So you're going to respond to 5 of your classmates for that instead of all of them. And then that'll be due by Saturday. So you're going to be busy. I'm sorry. Then you'll paste a copy or review of literature by Friday. And then Sunday night, so not a whole lot of turnaround, but it's only 5. You want to look and say, are there enough sources? Do these sources sound interesting? Which of these sources sound useful? Are there sources that seem like they don't belong? Is there a variety of the type of sources and where they're found? And is there a source or type of source you think is missing? The reason why we're doing these sorts of questions and reviews is because we become blind to our own research. We think it's great, we understand it, but if you can't explain it to someone else, you don't really understand it. And so we ask these questions as a way of seeing what are other people thinking. Can they follow my thought process? When it comes to sources, you should be questioning, do I have enough sources? Are they useful? Those sorts of things. So we'll be doing that in addition to everything else in week 11, which is actually not a whole lot. So hopefully this will allow us to focus a little bit. I know last week was fairly busy, but now we should be good. Week 12, we're just sharing our research argument. That's going to be due on Thursday night. I'll give you 1 extra day. It's going to be responses will be due on Saturday night. I'll have a spot for you to do group discussion board sharing. That'll be created soon, and as well as submitting your draft for your research narrative. Or not narrative. I'm sorry, wrong paper. A research argument. If you have 5 pages, that is wonderful. If you have more, that's even better. I recognize that things are really not ideal at this point for any of us, so we're just going to make whatever we have work. There will be a lesson on the call to action, similar to everything else we've already looked at. I'll get that created this week and posted. And then there is a final discussion board also due on Saturday night. Submitting a draft, and this idea is looking at what you think is going on. So this is kind of reflection. What do you think you need to do for your paper before you have it done? Followed by week 13. which is you're going to be revising. You're going to share your call to action. We'll share the call to action on Wednesday. Once you revise your paper, it's going to be due next week. So as you can see, it's fairly straightforward. We're just working on this paper. We got all the busy work out of the way. Nothing to do week 14. That's towards the end of April. Your presentation will be due Friday. I'll have instructions on that. Really, we're just looking for a 3 to 5 minute presentation. And you can do what I've done, which is just the PowerPoint and read over it, and that's fine. And then the research project is due Saturday. Why do I have the project due before the presentation? Again, it gives you another draft of your paper, your whole project. If you can't say it in a specific way, you can at least rewrite what you've written before your presentation. And then as we get into week 15, I just need to get rid of all that stuff at the top. We have presentation responses. You're going to watch your group presentations, and then we have a journal. And then week 16 brings us to our final thing. We're going to have a final discussion and then a final paper, which is just a reflection on what you've done and any final rebuttals you would like to make to your argument, to the criticism. So that is where we are. If you have questions, I hope you're going to be contacting me. I probably won't do the video web conferencing this week unless somebody wants to schedule it with me, because I was just hanging out by myself for a while, which is cool and all, but I do it a little too much. So it's not really that fun when I know there should be other people there. So that is where we are. And again, contact me with questions. Have a great day, and I will talk to you later.